Could you believe it's been 20 years since the first episode of this legendary series? For 6 years, the actresses of Sex and the City taught ladies around the world not to be embarrassed by themselves, love, sex, and their lives, and proved that female friendships exist. Where are the cast of the show now? Find out in our video. And before we start, we share new, exciting celebrity videos every weekday. So be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Sarah Jessica Parker as Carrie Bradshaw. It's hard to imagine someone else in a role of a columnist, Carrie Bradshaw. But did you know that Jessica Parker didn't want to take part in the show and agreed only after numerous persuasions from her husband, Matthew Broderick? Sarah only approved the employment contract after adding the paragraph forbidding her to take part in nude scenes. Hard to imagine it in a show about sex. Now the 53-year-old actress doesn't regret taking part in the show that brought her a great number of awards, the title of a fashion icon, and a couple of $1 million. After filming the series and 2 movies, Sarah received not just numerous prizes, but also attractive casting offers. Eventually, she did a couple of romantic comedies with famous Hollywood actors including Hugh Grant and Matthew McConaughey. Now, Sarah is starring in the lead role of the HBO series Divorce. Despite being all engaged in divorce, she's doing great in her real personal life. She's been very happy in her marriage with actor Matthew Broderick for 20 years, raising up 3 kids. Sarah doesn't like to be compared to her character from the show. People probably don't realize that Carrie Bradshaw was radically different from who I was, who I continue to be, she told the Wall Street Journal. In her interview on CBS Sunday Morning, host indicated that Carrie was so romantic. It had to be love, 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 love all the time, Parker agreed, but added, childish in a way. The only resemblance that Sarah acknowledges with her character is their love for fashion, especially for designer shoes. In contrast to Carrie's love for Jimmy Choo, Parker prefers her own fashion line. Sarah is doing a great job in fashion and had opened a couple of boutiques, even having one of them in Dubai. Kim Cattrall as Samantha Jones. Unlike Sarah Jessica Parker, Kim Cattrall prefers to point out in the interviews her resemblance to her character. According to her, same as Samantha Jones, the actress quickly falls in love and dives into new relationships. That's probably why Kim had 3 unsuccessful marriages and a couple of loud romances, including one with former Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Elliott Trudeau, who is the father of the current Prime Minister, Justin. However, even Kim Cattrall cannot catch up after her character. In an interview with the Sunday Times magazine, she said, "I'm no expert on sex, but I felt under huge pressure in the past to be one because of the characters I played." In spite of numerous romances, 61-year-old Kim Cattrall doesn't have kids. She stood up for child-free women last year. "I thought, I have a place to be a mom here. Not a biological mom, but a mom and an auntie and a friend. And that has really given me so much. As much as I give, I get twofold back," said Kim. After the show ended, Kim's career didn't stop drawing. She starred in Roman Polanski's The Ghostwriter and played in theater. For the past couple of years, Kim opened up in interviews about her strife with Jessica Parker. "We've never been friends," Kim said. "We've been colleagues, and in some way, it's a very healthy place to be." Kristin Davis as Charlotte York. "Carrie's fantastic, but I'm Charlotte." The answer Kristin Davis gave for an offer of the main role in the series. Yep, that's right. While Jessica Parker was doubting, the show creator Darren Star offered a role for Kristin Davis. Could you imagine Carrie Bradshaw with brown hair and a shiny smile? They say the reason she refused was that her very conservative parents would get shocked by her daring appearance if she assumed the role. Kristin didn't let her grandmother know what the show's name and plot were for many years. Kristin Davis is much like her character. She is also sensitive for nostalgia, especially the sweet tradition she shared with her castmates Sarah Jessica Parker, Kim Cattrall, and Cynthia Nixon when the filming day was over. "One thing we did a lot was to drive out to the beach when we finally finished filming Friday night, usually as the sun was rising on Saturday morning," reminisces Kristin. But Kristin's on-screen love life greatly differed from the relationships she had in real life. While filming the show, she dated a couple of famous men and caused more than one disputes between her and the cast of Sex and the City. Her dating list included Alec Baldwin, David Duchovny, Aaron Sorkin, Liev Schreiber, Steve Martin, and Chris Noth, the one who played Mr. Big. Although none of those relationships ended with marriage. Just as her character on the show, Davis adopted a little girl in 2011 and named her Gemma Rose Davis. And this year, she also adopted a boy. Now, Davis lives at the ocean shore with her kids, and her main passion is charity. The actress is a great wild nature activist, receiving the Weiler Human Society Award for that. Cynthia Nixon as Miranda Hobbes. Cynthia Nixon and Sarah Jessica Parker are best friends, not only on screen, but also in real life. Jessica was the one who recommended Cynthia for the role, but she had to make some sacrifices to suit her character's description. You may not like Miranda for her stubbornness and workaholism, but it's impossible not to respect this woman, who became a partner in a law firm with an amazing apartment in Manhattan. Unlike her character, Cynthia Nixon always dreamt about having a family. She now has 2 kids from her previous marriage. Cynthia's personal life deserves its own drama screen adaptation about a strong woman who lived through breast cancer, embraced her eldest child's transgender transformation, divorced from her husband, and had a new relationship with Christine Marinoni. "I have never dated a woman before, or even kissed a woman or anything," Nixon said in an interview with the Radio Times. When Cynthia turned 45 in 2011, she gave birth to her 3rd baby. Cynthia Nixon and Christine Marinoni waited for a couple of years for New York to legalize same-sex marriage and had the wedding in 2012. After the show was finished, Cynthia's filming career didn't flourish, and she focused on her political career. This May, Nixon made a statement announcing that she'll be running for New York's governing elections. Perhaps the years of performing a powerful and independent woman on screen added to Cynthia's confidence. Chris Noth as Mr. Big. After the show ended, the fans of the series formed 2 separate legions for Mr. Big and Aidan. And we all know where Carrie's legion is going to end up at. How can you resist the charming and successful man with fiery eyes and with a great sense of humor? Chris Noth as Mr. Big did not hurry much to settle down for marriage. He met his wife, actress Tara Lynn Wilson, in 2002, but only got married 10 years later when he turned 58. After Sex and the City ended, Chris played in the Good Wife series and portrayed the detective Mike Logan on Law & Order: Criminal Intent. Chris is very supportive of Cynthia Nixon's election campaign, recently donating $2,500 for it. John Corbett as Aidan Shaw. Decent, loyal, caring, and forgiving, Aidan was the role model for a perfect boyfriend on the show. His final split with Carrie in the 4th season was a total heartbreak for many fans, leaving them wondering how she could abandon a perfect man for a fickle like Mr. Big. The romantic portrayal suited John Corbett so much that after the show ended, he was offered the main role in My Big Fat Greek Wedding comedy. Aside from filming, John is into country music and has already released 2 albums. The actor has been dating the actress Bo Derek for more than 15 years. The couple owns 4 houses on a California ranch and is living with 2 German shepherds. "I'm not against marriage, but I think it's the right thing to do if you're gonna have a family," says John. Maybe someday they will follow Kristin Davis and might adopt a baby. Willie Garson as Stanford Blatch. Stanford played Gary's gay confidant and turned out to be the only recurring character who appeared in all 6 seasons of the show. He made more than 75 movies during his acting career. Willie Garson is also known for his role as the con man Mozzie in the White Collar series. In his perfect dreams, Willie was going to get married and start a family. But 10 years later, he realized he wasn't close to finding his perfect woman. "I just reached a point of, what am I waiting for?" he says. "I don't care if I ever get married, but if I never have a kid?" After a long paperwork procedure, Willie adopted a 7-year-old boy named Nathan. He has a spark. He was balancing himself on a curb, and I was like, "That's my kid." I knew it right then, says the actor. David Eigenberg as Steve Brady. Take your time to recall. You've seen this guy somewhere else. Yep, you're right. He's the firefighter named Christopher Herman from Chicago Fire. Same as his character Steve from Sex and the City, Christopher owns a bar on the show. He also appeared on the sister show Chicago PD. As you can see, David Eigenberg's acting career is doing pretty well. But for millions of Sex and the City fans, he will always remain as soft and nice specs Steve. 54-year-old David is happily married and has 2 kids. His youngest daughter is just 4 years old. Kyle MacLachlan as Trey MacDougal. When the show creators offered Kyle MacLachlan the role of an aristocratic surgeon from the Upper East Side, the actor didn't doubt for a second. "I was thinking to myself, this is going to be fantastic. It'll be like a John Kennedy. It'll be like a guy throwing a football in the park." really masculine, really virile, and then they said, "Oh, and he's going to have mother issues and other complications," told MacLachlan. Despite the contradictions of the character, Kyle MacLachlan never suffered from the lack of women's attention. He has dated his Twin Peaks co-star Lara Flynn Boyle and was engaged to the supermodel Linda Evangelista. But for almost 20 years, his heart has been dedicated to only one woman, the publicist Desiree Gruber. The couple is raising a son. Kyle MacLachlan is a superstar of the TV shows. He played the special agent Dale Cooper in the epic series Twin Peaks, Orson Hodge in Desperate Housewives, and the mayor of Portland in Portlandia. Evan Handler as Harry Goldenblatt. Harry and Charlotte's relationship was perhaps the most touching on the entire show. The Beauty and the Beast, that's what they called them. But it didn't matter because they were happy together. After the show hit its final run, Evan Handler joined the Californication series, playing the main character's best friend. He most recently appeared on the Astronaut Wives Club, American Crime Story, and The Breaks. It's hard to imagine how Evan could not portray these characters. At the age of 24, he was diagnosed with cancer, battling it for 4 years. The actor has been married to Eliza Addy, an Italian-born chemist, for 15 years, and they have a daughter, Sophia Clementina Handler. Let us know in the comments below which actors you'd like to learn about. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.